Caden. What is your name?
My name is Mary.
Okay, nice to meet you. I'm going to be asking you questions today. Is that fine?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Shoot away.
first question. Can you tell me about your favorite memory from when you were young?
I think you had asked me this. Let me see. Favorite memory. I think it was the first time I went down to the, in Massachusetts you call it the Cape, we call it the shore, the seashore.
So the beach, right?
The beach. Yeah.
Okay.
Same thing.
Second question that I have is, what do you remember about your neighborhood when you were little?
I remember there were a lot of houses and a lot of porches that people sat on and enjoyed each other's company in the evening.
That's nice. Okay, third and final question. What's one thing that's really different now from when you were a kid, especially in Framingham?
Well, especially anywhere, technology. Remember we talked technology you guys haven't made today. No remembering those phone numbers, right?
Yeah.
Can I talk? All right. Hi, how are you?
Fine.
Can I know your name, if that's okay?
My name's Kathy.
All right. I'll ask you some questions, starting with the first one.
Okay.
What advice would you give someone like my age?
I would tell you to be kind and caring, be truthful, and always learn something every day.
All right. Second question. What are you proud of?
I am proud of being the historian at First Parish Church in Framingham.
All right. Number 3. What makes you a very good friend?
I'm honest, I'm trustworthy, and I am always there.
All right. What do you remember about your neighborhood when you were young?
Well, when I was really young, before I was in elementary school, I lived in Boston, in Dorchester, and it was a 3-decker apartment building, and there was a porch in the back that had a railing, but the backyard wasn't even really a backyard, it was just like dirt. And my grandmother lived in the building next to us, so I got to see her. Yeah, and I had several friends.
Right. Thank you. That is it for today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Jen.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great.
Yes.
I have some questions for you.
Okay.
Is it fine if I ask you?
Of course.
Okay. What did you study in college?
So when I went to college, I studied English and Italian. Italian because Italian is my native language. I was born in Italy. And English because it was my new language, which I loved. And I loved learning all about both sides of these two languages.
Okay, and I have one more question for you. Who is someone you looked up when you were young?
When I was in high school, I really looked up to one of my teachers because when I came from Italy, I did not speak English. And so this one teacher really helped me learn the language and helped me go into college and so on. So I really had a close relationship with her.
Yeah. And that's all the questions that I have for you today.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you.
So, hello, Cassie. What's
Hello.
something, I'm gonna ask some questions
Okay.
today, and I'm gonna start with my first one. What's something learned in life that you think kids should know?
To be respectful and to always look up to their elders and to just be kind and compassionate.
Okay. So my next question is, can you tell me about a favorite memory from when you were young?
Well, let's see. Well, I was going to say it's not my favorite, but I guess I'll tell the story I told before. When I was like in elementary school, we always take road trips to go up to upstate New York, to Tonawanda to see, or maybe they lived in another place then, but to see my aunt and uncle and my cousins. And we'd always leave really early, and we'd stop on the way to Howard Johnson's and get one of their grilled hot dogs, which is always a treat. I think it was like 25 or 50 cents, which tells my age. And then once we got there, it was always early in the morning, and so we'd have those little individual cereal boxes that you like split open and put the milk in, and we'd sit in the car and eat the cereal, and then my cousins and my aunt and uncle would come out and greet us. I always loved those trips.
Okay. That's all for today.
Is that all? Thank you.
I'm ready.
Go for it.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. What's your name?
My name is Len.
Nice to meet you, Len. So I'm going to ask you a few questions. Is that all right?
Sounds good.
With the first question, what games did you play when you were my age?
We used to go to the playground and play baseball and throw the football around and try to organize games, basketball, anything to do with my friends that lived in the on my street and in the neighborhood.
That's nice. Did you have any pets?
We always grew up with a dog. The first one was named Fluffy. She passed away when I was about 5, and then we got a mutt that was named Duchess.
That's nice.
Thank you.
What was your favorite food as a kid?
I loved spaghetti. I remember going on a trip with my folks, and every restaurant we went to, I ordered spaghetti.
Yeah. What kind of music did you like?
I've always liked a mix of music. I grew up in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, so I'm more of a rock fan.
Like
but
the Beatles?
I grew up in upstate New York, where they had a Saratoga Performing Arts Center, and they were the summer home of the New York City Ballet and the Philadelphia Philharmonic. So we went to a lot of classical music and ballet, so I listened to a lot of different music as a kid.
That's nice. That'll be all for today.
Thank you.
Hi, Mary. I have a couple questions for you today.
Okay.
My first question is, what makes a good friend?
What makes a good friend? Remember, we were just talking about that. It was having, well, you can depend on them. A good friend is someone you can depend on and who is kind and who can keep secrets. Remember that one?
And my second question is, what advice would you give someone my age?
Probably be kind and be yourself and find good friends.
All right, my final question is, did you have a favorite thing or toy when you were younger?
I did. I used to love cutout dolls. That was my favorite. Something you guys do not relate to because you're boys.
Hello, Len. I got some questions for you today.
Go right ahead.
Did you walk to school or ride a bus?
Nope, the school was only 3 or 4 blocks away, so we walked every day.
Okay. What was your school like?
My elementary school, which was one of 2 in town, was pretty big because there were only 2 in the city, and there were a lot of kids. It was kindergarten through 6th grade.
Can you tell me about a favorite memory from when you were young?
I think one of my best memories is just spending time with friends and getting to do things with them and play games with them and just to fool around and enjoy being a kid.
Did you have any jobs when you were growing up?
When I was young, my grandfather owned a resort hotel in Saratoga Springs, so we worked at it, and I worked as a bellhop and a busboy and a waiter, and I did that until I went to college.
Thank you for your time. That's all of the questions I have for today.
Hello, my name is Cameron. What's your name?
Mary,
I'll be asking you some questions. What are you proud of?
what am I proud of? I'm proud of, first of all, my family, and I'm proud of what I do.
Who is someone you looked up to when you were growing up?
It was my next door neighbor. She was a bacteriologist, and I thought that was like unbelievably, like, what is a bacteriologist? So I would go to the library and find out all I could about this. So she was probably my favorite that I looked up to.
And the last question, what is your favorite memory when you were younger?
I think I'd answer that. Probably going to the seashore for the first time, going to the beach for the first time.
Okay.
Ask me another one. Go ahead.
What did you study in school?
Art. Loved art. That was my favorite subject.
Am I good? I don't have any questions. Oh, yeah. Thank you for answering my questions.
Well, you're very welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning.
What's your name?
My name is Len.
Good morning, Glenn. Can I ask you a few questions?
Go right ahead.
What did you remember about your neighborhood when you were little?
I remember having a lot of friends on the street where I grew up. Dickie Mullaney lived across the street, and he was probably one of my best friends, even though he was a year younger. And there were a bunch of kids who grew up on the street, so we got together and played all kinds of things on everybody's yard, or we went to the playground that was 3 or 4 blocks away. So it was just a nice neighborhood to live in.
Did you have a favorite toy or thing to do on the weekends?
It was to go out and play with my friends, ride your bikes, go out after breakfast, come back for dinner, and just be with your friends and enjoy the time you had together.
What did you study in school?
Well, just the normal things going through high school, and then I studied statistics and operations research in college, and then got an MBA in accounting and worked to be a CPA and a financial manager when I started a career.
What was your favorite subject in school?
Math. I loved math. I can do math in my head, and that became a career going into accounting.
Thank you for answering the question.
You're welcome.
Good.